Hi Pisces, and welcome to your May 2020 general reading. So wherever you are, I hope you're safe from harm, that you're well, as can be expected at this time. So your additional guidance card is a deep knowing card. This tends to show up as wisdom. There's tends to be a very, very deep feeling, and it's that feeling that's beyond logic, intuitive feeling, either about your path forward, might be about a relationship, but there's a sense of deep inner pull that's going on to you about the rightness of something. Not quite sure how it's going to play out. Well, the cards are very jumpy. So give me a minute to I've already shuffled quite a lot, but I'm going to shuffle one more time, split the cards, and I'm going to ask for clear-cut messages for the sign of Pisces for May 2020. Four of Swords behind you, yeah, with the Devil card, so maybe feeling a little bit stuck already. Because the Four of Swords is about being in retreat. The Devil card represents Saturn. Saturn can sometimes have a feeling that just being a little bit restricted, maybe in your movement, in your life at the moment. Now what you want is a Nine of Wands. Can I just carry on, see what that means? The gift is the Five of Cups. Okay. Challenge is the Ten of Cups. Already, Pisces, I think some of you might be separated from some people. So, because the Ten of Cups is a challenge, is about sharing your cup with others. But because it's a challenge, I'm already getting a feeling that you're a little bit maybe cut off from people. You've got the Knight of Wands in your relationships. That's a very active principle. But there's a feeling already that maybe not being able to connect with people that you love. That's what I'm picking up. Ace of Wands in your money and work. So there's a lot of energy going on around the prospects of initiating a new life path, learning new skills. It's been very, very common. Out of great chaos can come great innovation. So I don't know if some Pisces are doing some consideration, but already the theme here is maybe not being able to spend time with loved ones. Soul position is a Two of Cups. Then the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Which is about contact, but I think some of you are cut off. Look at these cards. Let's after the Six. No, I sort of see if I can find an ace or a page, an ace or a major. But if none shows up, which means we're dealing with an evolving story that's not ready to complete itself, you get the Strength card, and the Strength card is looking up at these emotions. So already the picture I've got, I mean, there's clearly a relationship going on here, but the challenge of the Ten of Cups. So if you look at the card, there's a connection between you and other people. So as my cup is filled, you reach out to others, don't you? And you all share each other's, you'll share. It's a sharing card, but it's a challenge. And I cannot help feeling that some Pisces are in a situation of being quite cut off from people. Now, the interesting thing is the Five of Cups is actually a gift. So I almost wondered if some of yous are turning it around. So when you turn something around, you begin to understand that maybe the situation is not ideal, but when you allow yourself to feel the Five of Cups as a gift, you begin to reassess your value system. that's good. A reassessment of our value system is going to be prominent for everyone, because really that seems to be what's going on here, because the Five of Cups is a process card. There's two cups that are behind you, which is obviously these two cups, but a lot of your energy is going into these cups that have been lost. You know, I guess it's one of those things with there tends to be, when there's great change going on, we're in a period, a collective period of great change, but with great change can come great loss. And that's exactly where we're at. And it almost seems, Pisces, your energy is really mirroring that. Now, what you want is a Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is about defending your territory. What's going on here for Pisces? Why does Pisces want a Nine of Wands? Because there's clearly a love relationship going on here. Yeah, that's what the deep knowing card is. But Pisces, is almost like you're in a little bit of a duality, because the Nine of Wands is a card of defending your territory. Yeah, so and because the gift is with the Five of Cups, it's almost like this process of, for some of yous, now give me a minute, I'm trying to get the right words here. It's almost, I have to tell you, I've just seen this very strange picture for some Pisces here. That, you know, in life there comes pivotal moments that change your destiny. And I think for some Pisces there's definitely an energy of love going on here. But it's almost like you're resisting this change. Okay? Because to love takes great vulnerability. So some of you, it's a thing about vulnerability, not wanting to be vulnerable. For others of you, you've got this little piece of the world and you're defending this little piece of the world, and even willing to turn back on this great love to defend this piece of the world. That's definitely a message for someone. If not, tell me what the Nine of Wands is about for Pisces, please. It's a very, very interesting reading. What's going on that connects the Nine of Wands with the Five of Cups? Page of Swords. So this is about communication, texting, communication. For some Pisces, there's clearly a lot of communication going on with another person, but you're not with them because the Ten of Cups is a challenge. For others of you, there might be a potential, there's a lot of energy of potential new beginnings here, but you're faced with a situation of having to let go of the past in order to move forward to the future. No one likes letting go of the past, Pisces. Even, you know, no one likes moving out of their comfort zone, and a lot of your energy is trying to hold on to your comfort zone here. Now, we can never see anything and we can never make judgments about anything, because, I mean, sometimes when you look at someone's birth chart, you understand the why. But there's a lot of communication with someone, and there's a lot of guarding your territory. Now, how I perceive it, this is my last man standing card. So you're now in the sort of like a captain that goes down with its ship. That's what the Nine of Wands is about. And for some of you, you're not budging. You're being very, very fixed in yourself. And the Ten of Cups is a challenge, which means There's a push and pull towards your emotional happiness and your security. So staying safe, staying the way things are, or going towards happiness and joy. Now, a lot of people would think, why would a person not choose happiness? The reasons are so deep, Pisces, why a lot of us don't choose happiness, that we choose to stay in unhappy situations rather than taking risks. So there's no judgment here, but for some of you, that's the message that's going on here. For some of you, you're having to stay in isolation to protect your health. It's a process that you're beginning to work with. So when we work with the Five of Cups, we begin to release. We do loads of release work, loads of forgiveness work, because that's how the vessel becomes more and more purified. Because the Five of Cups is a process, it's an alchemy card. So we become more purified when it's a thing like a life review, a letting go of what was, deeply purifying, and it really is the best way to handle this situation that we're in currently, is to purify the emotional body as much as possible. Make sure you're not holding on to grudges, anything from the past. Release, release, release. And some of you clearly are in a lot of isolation at the moment. Clearly. I think of anyone, any reading you've got at the strongest about being a little bit disconnected from people that you love, okay? And protecting your health is a really good thing. What worries me is there's some Pisces who's forgotten that it's also their birthright to be happy. Because the Nine of Wands can be, I'm one of these people that I don't throw off the past. There's a lot about tradition that I really, 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 really appreciate. But there's a sense of doing the right thing and bypassing your emotional happiness, Pisces. It's a little bit of a complex reading. You've got the Knight of Wands in your relationship, so there seems to be a lot of communication, a lot of backwards and forwards communication with the Knight of Wands. He's very much an energy, very, very Aries, very fiery, knows what he wants, very intuitively driven, very passionate knight. Tends to bring quite a lot of communication, but the Eight of Swords is with it. And the Eight of Swords is feeling stuck because of circumstances, which would relate back to these cards. That there's clearly love, but there's clearly you're in a set of circumstances when you don't feel able to fully act on that feelings, on these desires and on this passion. The best way to use this process, reassessment of your value systems. Nothing in life, Pisces, holds on too tightly. One of the tricks to life is the energy of flow. And I'm not saying that we just get up and walk away from things. That's really, really, really not what I'm saying. But sometimes we really, really need to prioritize our values. We need to, who are we? How do I live? What do I want? What do I want? Sometimes it's asking yourself, what do I want in my life? What do I truly want? What does my heart want? Because there's a little bit of a complex picture here between love, connection and relationships and a set of circumstances that you're currently in. You get the Ace of Wands in your money and work. A lot of people are having the aces. So the Ace of Wands is about innovation, maybe considering creating new ventures. It's a bit, there's going to be an awful lot of innovation beginning at the moment. So this is the energy that will kickstart things. So I don't know if some Pisces are sort of looking at their resources, business ideas, considering how to get their lives moving. I know I definitely am at the moment. Sort of, I mean, not in a way that causes harm to anyone, that's vampire-like, but it's a little bit, what can I do? What can I initiate? So some of you might be considering starting a new project, a new course of study, mastering your craft, mastering new skills, developing new ways, new add-on ways to maybe make a living. It's going to be about diversity, expanding yourself. That's sort of what the theme's going to be about over the next few years. Two of Cups at a soul level, so this, and it's with the Ace of Cups. So this is clearly a relationship going on. But boy, is it complex, Pisces. It's just, I mean, these are probably three of the highest relationship cards to do with connection and love. But with it, you've got these two cards, and it's almost like one fish is going in this direction, and the other one is trying. It's almost like maybe a set of circumstances that you're attached to, that you feel that you need to protect and defend. It's sort of very complex, guys, okay? You then get the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card about communication. It's a card of reaching out, other people reaching out to you. Some of you might be called to support people financially. Other people might be supporting you, Pisces. If you see it as exactly the same thing, then you're spot on. Sometimes it's us that are helping others. Other times it is people helping us. It's about flow. As we give, we receive. Because there's an awful lot of energy about holding yourself back here. And it might be because some of you are in circumstances that are actually preventing you from moving forward. Economics is a big one at the moment. Timing. Not wanting to do something in times of great distress. And then you get the Strength card, which I just want to find out what the Strength card is looking at. It's looking right up here, which I'm assuming you're in a process of consideration and reflection. It's with the Star card, which is Aquarius. It's about transparency. It's about openness. This is a head and heart decision you're dealing with, Pisces. It's like your whole reading has told me the same thing. So Leo and Aquarius is all about balancing the head part of us and our heart. What we love, our sense of destiny, our sense of purpose. And then Aquarius is about the bigger picture. It's about, you know, it's the sort of world we're about to start moving into, basically. And you've got a bit of a head and heart dilemma here. Very, 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 very clearly, Pisces. And you know what I'm a bit confused about? It's very clear at a soul level what's going on. But there's a part of your energy that wants to build a wall around itself. Okay? And we tend to do that because of safety reasons and the need to feel safe and secure, which is a fundamental human need. I don't know who gets to win here, Pisces, your head or your heart. And maybe that's where the decision-making process has to happen, because if your soul wants you to evolve, your soul wants you to evolve. And it's not a process that you can actually hold back. It's like we can't hold back a river running to the sea. We can put blocks up and we can put dams up, but eventually the water breaks through this dam, and essentially that's what will happen. I don't know what to say to you. Give me an advice card for Pisces. Ooh, God, I didn't expect this. So it's a little bit it's not that it's complex. I think some of you are really dealing with a complex situation. So your advice is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is about being in the truth, and the truth sets us free, which is exactly what Aquarius card is about. The truth shall set you free. We don't always like the truth. What is it? I think it's a Muhammad Ali quote that lies is like a constant, it's like having your soul constantly daily getting stung by a bee. But when you tell the truth, it's difficult, but it liberates everyone in the long run. So we really, really need to make the decision. Am I going to stand in my truth, knowing that we'll all come through it to a different place? Or am I going to hold back the river? Because what happens when we hold back the river, eventually we get a card like the Tower card, and it's extremely negative connotations. So life takes over, and they call it catastrophic change, which is the virus is a catastrophic change. You can't hold back change, Pisces. You can try, but it ends up to your own detriment in the end. Anyhow, that was a very bizarre reading. I think there's probably one person this reading is for. And if it's not for you, Pisces, just please just have some good vibes at the moment. It's really not a good time to put out difficult energy. Much love. Bye.